Imagine you're just doing your normal job as a pizza delivery man. Then one day, your shift turns into a life-or-death scavenger hunt with a bomb strapped to your neck. What would you do if you were forced to rob a bank, or else you'd die in front of cameras for everyone to see? This is the chilling, real story of the pizza bomber, a case that will make you question everything you think you know about crime, loyalty, and the darkness inside the human mind. It's a regular Thursday, August 28th, 2003. Brian Wells, a 46-year-old pizza delivery man from Erie, Pennsylvania, had no idea that his life was about to change forever. He was sent to deliver 2 pizzas to a remote TV tower, unaware that this seemingly innocent delivery would lead him into a deadly conspiracy. Brian had been working for Mamma Mia's Pizzeria for several years. His life was quiet, uneventful. Little did he know that this one delivery was the beginning of his tragic fate. As Brian drove towards the tower, he had no idea that someone had already been planning something sinister for weeks, and he was about to be their pawn. A simple pizza delivery was all it took to thrust him into the midst of an unbelievable crime. The next scene is chilling. Brian enters the PNC Bank at around 2:30 p.m., wearing a metal collar bomb around his neck and holding a shotgun disguised as a cane. The bank teller is frozen in fear as Brian hands over a note demanding $250,000. But this isn't just any robbery. The note says, "If you call the police, I'll die. If you don't give me the money, I'll die." Brian is visibly shaken, his hands trembling as he waits. What makes this robbery unique, however, is not just the bomb or the shotgun, but the fact that Brian Wells didn't seem to be the mastermind behind this crime. It's as though he was playing a part in someone else's game. But who was pulling the strings? Brian was in a race against time. The clock was ticking down as he walked out of the bank with just $8,702. The police quickly surrounded the area, and Brian was arrested. He sat on the ground, handcuffed, begging for help. He was terrified. "It's going to go off!" he screamed, as officers tried to understand the gravity of the situation. What had seemed like a routine robbery turned into something much darker. As the situation escalated, the police attempted to negotiate with Brian, but the bomb was ticking. And then, in front of live TV cameras, it went off. The explosion was captured in real time. Brian Wells died instantly. His final moments lived out in front of millions of viewers. But Brian's death wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of a complex and twisted investigation that would uncover secrets, lies, and a conspiracy so bizarre that it could only be described as a real-life crime thriller. The FBI and local authorities launched an extensive investigation. They uncovered a series of cryptic clues left behind by the bombers, a scavenger hunt of sorts. Pages of instructions were found in Brian's car, each one pointing to different locations where he had to collect items. The instructions included bizarre riddles and tasks meant to delay the police and send them down a twisted path. As the investigation deepened, several names surfaced. Bill Rothstein was one of the first suspects. A local man with a dark past, Rothstein was initially seen as a key player in the crime. He was the one who had called in to help Brian, but as the pieces of the puzzle began to come together, Rothstein's involvement became even more complicated. Then came Marjorie Deal Armstrong, a woman with a history of violence, manipulation, and mental illness. Rothstein's ex-girlfriend, Marjorie, had been involved in several criminal activities before, but this was her most daring act. She played a crucial role in the planning of the heist and the death of Brian Wells. Rothstein died from cancer while being investigated, but before his death, he revealed key information. He was not the mastermind. Marjorie was. Marjorie, who had already been suspected in multiple deaths, had manipulated Rothstein into helping her. Her plan was chilling and well thought out, and it ultimately led to Brian's death. But the most disturbing question still lingered. Was Brian Wells an accomplice, or was he forced into the crime? Some investigators believe that Brian was a victim, tricked into thinking he was part of a staged heist, while others believe that he was in on it all along. The true motive behind the pizza bomber heist was never fully understood. Was it a money grab gone wrong, or was it something more sinister? Some theorists suggest it was a personal vendetta, a sick game, or even a planned attempt to kill someone without raising suspicion. One thing is certain. This crime had all the elements of a twisted psychological experiment gone horribly wrong. In the end, Marjorie Deal Armstrong was sentenced to life in prison. but the mystery still lingers. Was Brian Wells an innocent man forced into a criminal scheme he didn't understand? Or was he a willing accomplice in a deadly plot? The story remains unsolved to this day, leaving questions that will never have clear answers. Do you think Brian Wells was a victim, or was he a willing participant in the heist? The twists and turns of this case still keep many awake at night. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on more chilling true crime stories. Let's dive deeper into the dark side of humanity. Stay tuned for the next mind-blowing case.